You'll be heading into your 11th season with the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra and your partnership with Robert Spano. Let's talk about your upcoming season. James Ennis is a young violinist whose career you have championed. Extraordinary musician, and he's coming back.
James is a remarkable violinist. There are many, many remarkable violinists out there. I very much enjoy working with James. We've worked on both sides of the Atlantic. We worked in Scotland. We actually went on tour together to Vienna a few months ago. And having him back now in Atlanta will be quite wonderful. He's, what can I say? It's exciting to have a chance also to bring a work that I believe is having its premiere.
Yeah, tell us about the Britain.
The Violin Concerto of Benjamin Britten is, I think it's a remarkable work. I mean, I've done it quite a bit. And it is one of James's, silly word, but party pieces. And we're thrilled that he will be the ambassador for this work next season.
On that program, you are going to pick up and end on a heroic note.
On that program, we are featuring the Third Symphony of Ludwig van Beethoven, and a work that needs absolutely no introduction. One of the most exciting parts of having been here 10 years, embarking on our 11th season, is the fact that I meet some old friends. That is to say, I can come back to a work a second, even a third time, with the same orchestra. And we have already explored this work together. It's a little like what one would say about the magic flute. Every generation deserves to hear the magic flute. You never know which young people in the audience may never have heard the Eroica. I think there are a handful of works that belong in almost every season.
The Resurrection Symphony by Mahler is an astonishing work and astonishingly difficult. Have you conducted this work before with the ASO?
It is, along with the Seventh Symphony, the only symphony of Gustav Mahler that I have not conducted. I will be conducting it for the very first time this summer at the Grand Teton Music Festival. A little plug for the festival. So the performances here in Atlanta will be fresh. It is my first, besides the Tetons in the summer, it's my first journey with the work. But I'm thrilled at the chance to be performing it here with an orchestra that I love, with a chorus that I love, and it's my relationship with this remarkable institution has a comfort level to it, which gives me that much more courage when it comes to doing very, very big works for the first time.
Tell us, if you would, what's going on these days.
I find myself in a position as music director in Berlin, at the Deutsche Oper Berlin, in Scotland with the BBC Scottish Symphony Orchestra, in the Tetons in the summer, and as principal guest here in Atlanta. These are all positions that somehow complement one another. There are different disciplines. It's operatic, it's symphonic. I do quite a bit of chamber music in the summer in the Tetons.
What can you tell us about Robert that people don't know from seeing him work on stage? Give us the inside scoop.
I find him, both as a person but as a musician, enormously honest, and in terms of what people perhaps don't see, he's one of the funniest guys I know. And the outtakes to some of our interviews together are worthy of green room viewage only, but we've laughed a lot together, and no, he's a quite wonderful colleague.
You conduct regularly in Berlin, in Edinburgh, you guest conduct in San Francisco. What distinguishes an Atlanta audience?
What I find very special here in Atlanta is that there is a very open mind, and I think this is something that for Robert and I has been enormously inspiring in terms of programming works that many people may not know, but I feel we're now at a stage where if it's good enough for Runnicles and Spano, it's good enough for us. If they, basically it's a trust factor that we're not likely to program anything that is not important. And if once you have that trust with an audience, I feel that the sky's the limit.